Hello and welcome to CadoinkStudios. I have for you today the second in the best of three series between myself, Cadoink, and LoN, two great NerVe players from Clan NerVe. Shout out to Clan NerVe. Hope everyone there is doing alright. So, we have another Terran vs Zerg. I am Cadoink, the blue Terran spawning in the left position of Shattered Temple, and my opponent is LoN, the yellow, I almost said red. I'm used to saying blue and red. The yellow Zerg, spawning in the right position. We are in cross positions today. A little bit of pausing action as I had to turn up my brightness. So the first game did not go so well for Cadoink. Getting into a bit of bad positioning and getting crushed by banelings. Basically, banelings and zerglings. So hopefully this game will go better. This is a best of three, so it could end with this game, or it could go on to another game. We'll have to see what happens, see who wins. And I have a bit of a tickle in my throat, and it's driving me crazy. Just drank some delicious tea, so I feel like that shouldn't be happening. But I am still a bit sick, still got the snifflies and the coughs. So hopefully I should be over that soon. Soonish? Soonish? I don't know. Eventually. So we see that Cadoink is building his barracks per usual, while LoN is planning for the fast expand, I imagine. Doesn't look like he's going to be going for that spawning pool at 15. So, yeah. Oh, actually, looks like he's going for an extractor? Or he is building an... Do you guys see this? Oh. Okay, extractor tricked me. Wow, I feel really dumb. I was like, there's an extractor being built, but it's not on his base. What's going on? And yeah, he did do a little bit of an extractor taking on his part. Very obnoxious. It's too bad, though. I don't need that gas right now. Cadoink probably going for a fast expand around the 4-minute. LoN getting his up now here at around the 3-minute. A little earlier than the 3-minute mark. And sending his drone back to do some extra bit of mining. Cadoink still scouting around the base with his SUV. Spawning pool just now coming down for LoN. Cadoink will be blocked by this, and yeah, it's basically it for this SUV. It's the end of his days, so he will explode just like that. So, pretty usual stuff, pretty similar opening to the first game, with the exception of that little extractor bit of obnoxiousness. Tricking me, fooling me into thinking that there's some sort of replay glitch. Wouldn't that be weird if, like, just an extractor was going down and there were, like, no extractors on the map? It would be a very bizarre glitch, some sort of ghost extractor. Spawning pool has just now finished. He's getting his queen up, and he is getting 2 queens, 1 at each base. So, very similar style. Probably going to be going for that Baneling Zergling Mutilus mix that I know Cadoink loves so much. And believe me, I know Cadoink quite personally. He absolutely loves when a Zerg player goes Baneling, Muta, Zergling. It's just great build. Great Zerg build, especially with this very early expansion and this, you know, putting guys on gas, taking guys off gas, getting kind of this shift in economy. Just enough to get that Zergling speed. He is moving across the map at this time with 4 Zerglings, going to be doing some scouting, leaving 1 at the tower, moving 1 maybe to the north position, and then 2 to kind of see what Cadoink is doing, seeing if he's expanding again. Cadoink is indeed expanding. He is also getting a very early reactor. This could be for Hellions, as he does have this factory on the way, but it could also be for double Marines, so we'll have to see how that works out for him. Well, at this time, moving a Zergling around, he's going to be able to get past these Marines. I don't know if Cadoink will spot it. Actually, he does. Nice spotting by Cadoink, looking at the minimap. Should be able to clean up this Zergling, no problem, especially with Zergling speed. Not finished yet, but it is almost finished. In the meantime, LoN has is saturating both his bases, I should say. His main is very well saturated, and his natural is getting there. Droning up very hard, making sure he's on top of his larva injects. In fact, we see those queens are quite low on energy. That's very good by LoN. Getting this macro hatch again seems to be very popular by him, something he really enjoys doing. Cadoink is indeed getting Hellions, so he will be going for this kind of double Hellion play. It might be due to the fact that he saw a ton of those Zerglings last game and was like, oh, well, I need more Hellions. However, just better positioning might be the option. Seems to be something he could work on to get a little better. LoN being active about spawning their his creep a lot earlier than the last game. Going to be getting a second queen up, or third queen up, excuse me, for this hatchery. And Zergling speed has finished, so it will be interesting to see where he goes. He has put guys back on gas, and he's getting another extractor. Might be going for lair or something else this game. I imagine with this sort of build he would be going the Zergling, and he is going for a lair. Probably going for the that Mutalisk play again. Very popular among Zerg. Very good build. Also continuing to spread his creep, which is very good. Cadoink, on the other hand, has quite a bit of Hellions and Marines. I'd like to see him push out at this time. Hellions can sweep back and do some damage to these drones. LoN doesn't have anything in the way of defenses. Other than these 3 queens, he does not have a spine crawler. He does not have any Zerglings at this time outside the ones that are just, well, outside this one that's just kind of poking out his base, and this one. I wonder where that third one went. Or the fourth one, I should say. It just kind of disappeared. Maybe it went in to Cadoink's base as well. Cadoink is moving out at this time. He will be able to spot it with his Zergling, and now that he knows, he'll probably put up some spine crawlers. I imagine, yeah, putting up 3 spine crawlers. Very nice reaction time by LoN, while Cadoink goes and takes the center of the map. However, if Cadoink might be able to swing his Hellions up the ramp and do some damage to these Zerglings. However, he is building a spine crawler in his main as well. This is very smart by LoN. LoN is a very good Zerg player, and this is very good thinking by him. He's also doing very well economically. He's getting his Baneling nest up. He's getting those +1 upgrades, and Cadoink is moving in at this time. He will spot these spine crawlers. Spine crawlers not being done quite in time. Cadoink will be able to pick this one off as well as maybe another, but they do finish, and they will start to do damage. LoN at this time building a ton of Zerglings. Zerglings coming to get a very nice surround of Cadoink's army, but the Hellions are doing a lot of damage to the Zerglings. However, there are just too many Zerglings. Looked in the unit loss tab once again in the favor of LoN. LoN being very good at like defending these just last minute, defending at the very last minute pushes that Cadoink are putting onto him. LoN just has an excellent build here, and he's also executing it very well. Excuse me. He is getting Baneling speed at this time as well as his Spire, so we will see the same old Zergling Baneling. And also, I like to mention this excellent Overlord spread by him. Very nice, keeping his Overlords around, watching for drops and this sort of thing. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely helpful in the long run. Cadoink getting a 3rd command center at this time, going to be trying to take his 3rd. Get a little bit of an economic boost because his attack didn't do damage once again. In fact, I believe that attack was worse than in game number 1. So Cadoink does seem to be a little bit behind. LoN getting the gold base at this time, as well as having a good bit of Zerglings running around the map and checking stuff out. In fact, we see he basically has control over the entire map with his creep spread, as well as his overlords and his, what he can do with the Zerglings. Cadoink keeping very turtled in. Should start moving out to this tower and siege up his tanks and try to take some sort of commanding position and put pressure on LoN if he hopes to win the game. Cadoink building some tech labs and some reactors, going to be pumping out more Marines, as well as probably getting stim and combat shield. The fact that this time we see he has neither. He does, however, have +1 attack, and his 3rd is on the way. LoN, on the other hand, working on level 2. Very nice by LoN. He will be able to do a lot of damage to Cadoink, especially since he's so far ahead in the upgrade race. In fact, LoN is just ahead in just about... excuse me. Oh, wow, excuse me. LoN about ahead in every aspect. Unit loss tab, he's ahead. Income, I would say yes, he's definitely ahead with this gold base. And in the unit tab, he doesn't have that much in the way of units, but he can get it very quickly, as he does have 4 hatcheries and 4 queens spawning larvae on all of them, because he is very good at keeping his larva injects up. See, the queen's energies are still very low, except for this one, but that's okay. Might be trying to do some more creep spread. See, the creep spread has made it all the way to his gold base. This will make it more defendable, especially with this extra bit of vision. And now he's trying to take even more map control by moving his Zerglings and Banelings out to the watchtower. And it looks like he's going to be trying to do some attacks soon. Even making more Banelings. He just knows that these Banelings wreck Cadoink. Cadoink, on the other hand, has quite a bit of tanks, so if he does siege him, he will be in a very, very good position, and he will be able to, hopefully, hold off this attack. We do see Mutalisks are on the field, and they are coming down to join the army. Cadoink at this time moving back. A little bit of an engagement here. Hellion's getting caught off guard. He is sieging some of his tanks while pulling back. LoN trying to send a bailing up. And Cadoink is slowly moving across the map. This is what I was talking about before. He needs to just slowly eat away at the map, which he is doing. We'll be sieging his tanks. A little bit of his tanks are out of position. He needs to continue to push forward, but LoN is not having it, so he's spreading out his units, going to be trying to go for some sort of surround. I believe Cadoink does have the vision with the siege tank, which is very nice. A few Zerglings poking in to see what's going on, and LoN might just do a runaround and attack the base. Cadoink's army is very immobile, and he's sieging his tanks a little bit out of position. A few more tanks are too far behind, and now he's getting hit with 2 attacks. And wow, look at that! Just absolutely gets crushed. You know, lost tab. We see it's nearly double, not quite, but yeah, once again, Cadoink is in a very, very scary position. Food at 89 to LoN's 148, and LoN is taking a 4th now. We see that LoN is just very active at continuing to take bases, continuing to produce units, and his money is a little bit high, but he is doing a fantastic job. He's should be continuing to get these upgrades soon, but he needs a hive for it. Continuing to make mutas, continuing to make zerglings, continuing to make hatcheries, and doing a lot of damage to Cadoink. Cadoink just now starting his +2, while LoN's has been done for quite a bit. He's now moving some guys up now that he knows that Cadoink has taken expansion. I believe he knows with these overlords and where they are placed. This is what I was talking about before about this excellent overlord placement. Allows him to have control over the map and kind of, you know, figure out what Cadoink is doing. And he knows that Cadoink is pretty much stuck to these 3 bases. And so he's going to be able to just attack this front. Cadoink has no idea. In fact, we do see that all of Cadoink's army is just here. And while it should be a little bit forward to try to at least defend a little more of the map, might have been better for him to even take this gold rather than this base back here, and I think LoN realized that, and that's why he took the gold here rather than taking this base. LoN moving up with his Zerglings and Mutalisks. At this time, he's going to be getting into Cadoink's 3rd base, attacking his supply, his SCVs. That was very good by him, and he does pick off the command center extremely quickly with the Banelings. Cadoink lifting up his bears to try to get away, but the Mutalisks will be able to destroy 1, if not 2 of them. Cadoink, knowing he needs to do something, is pulling his army up. He did have a little bit of a counterattack, not counterattack, but another attack coming at him. And now that he knows that that base is basically done, I think he thinks he needs to push out, or I don't really know what Cadoink is doing at this time. He's kind of pulling back and pushing forward and pulling back. I don't know what he's thinking. Tons and tons of Zerglings running up to reinforce LoN's army, as well as a ton of Banelings. And we do see he's coming from 2-pronged attack. The Zerglings are coming from the right, and the Banelings and Zerglings and Mutalisks from the top. Cadoink's army is getting surrounded, and he doesn't have any of his tanks sieged up, and a bunch of Banelings come in, doing a ton of damage. And now all the Marines are gone, just a few tanks, and there's the GG by Cadoink. So once again, another just ridiculously bad positioning on Cadoink's part and ridiculously good positioning on LoN's part. LoN being very active the whole game, spreading his creep, making sure he's expanding. Very impressed by his play. So that was the end. I mean, best of 3. So congratulations, LoN, for just whooping me. It was a lot of fun to play you. It was a lot of fun to work on my Marine tank against your Zergling Muta. We'll have to play more in the future. I'd like to think I've improved since then. This was a few weeks ago when we played this. And so that was a very good game, and thanks a lot for doing this show match. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the show match. You should check out the NerVe clan. I'll post a link below. And check out CadoinkStudios, please. Like the video, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say about the channel. We'd love to know what we can do to improve the channel, and we're trying to make quality content for you guys. We love doing it. And so yeah, just tell us what you'd like to see, and we'll see you guys later.